Spite faces massive backlash over Twitter trend. Oh, is it the VTuber versus IRL trend? I hope it's that trend. Let's get it.
Okay, so recently it seems like Spite has been getting quite a bit of backlash over on Twitter lately over one post that has come out, and it kind of connects to a bigger situation that has been going on with VTubers lately with a certain trend, and we especially saw it with the whole Bow the Whale situation with her obviously revealing her face fully, and obviously she got
yo, not gonna lie, like especially for Bao, like she's been at it for like probably a decade more, like like 10 years of like overly like content creation and just streaming until in recent, like she pretty much like do a face reveal, and yeah, you know what, not bad.
Kind of hate for that because of course for different reasons, some people just wanted to, you know, say stuff about our appearance. Some people obviously had valid concerns about, you know, what VTubing actually means and whether showing your face really means you're a VTuber or not, right? And that has been the topic that's been going around, especially with one trend which we all know and it's been around in the VTuber space pretty much since VTubers began, which is the VTuber versus IRL trend, right?
Man,
it is something that, you know, pops up every now and again. It seems to be popping up a little bit right now. And
bro, like not gonna lie, this trend started out as like, you know, like good wholesome like trend, but then once like the Lewdtubers comes in, bro, we started off like a wholesome start, and now they're just doing it just to promote. I mean, what the fuck, man.
Yeah, recently Spite made a post doing VTuber versus IRL. Now, I have had to inspect Element this one image out. I'm sorry. It's
those
because
who know.
it's like way too like, I'm gonna be real, like to describe the image, it's just her like completely stripped down to her underwear. Like that's essentially the image, right? I can't show that on YouTube. I'll also get bonked pretty heavily, but you could kind of you know, picture what it is, or you can go to her account and go and see it if you really want to, right? But again, yeah, it's essentially that, and then obviously, yeah, her in a very you know, not safe for work outfit, right? Let's just say that. And lots of people have been having mixed reactions on this because of the whole VTuber versus IRL thing has been very, very controversial due to many VTuber fans, you know, obviously seeing VTubers and all of this kind of stuff as, you know, something that shouldn't be crossed, right? You shouldn't.
Yo, like, for like, I don't really get it. What it is, like, VTuber purists would say like, oh yeah, like if you ever show your face or show any like personal stuff, probably like do some meet and greets in IRL, you're basically not a VTuber, you're just a streamer with a virtual model. What? Bro, like who made these rules, man? As like here's the thing, as like for me, like in my personal opinion, as long as the majority of your content is basically pure VTuber, where you're just gonna use your VTuber model in majority than your IRL or your Fleshtuber self. Like if you do that, you like, I would consider yourself as a VTuber in my book. Like, who the fuck are these purists, man? Like, if in accidentally, like here's an example, or here's a scenario. What if like accidentally during a live stream, like probably like IRL, like you accidentally show your part of the face, or probably like the entire face midstream. So basically that's a impromptu face reveal, and now like and then like the fans are, I guess, like disgusted because, oh my god, you showed your face. I can no longer be your fan because you broke the cardinal sin of VTubing, which is not to show yourself and be your character. Holy shit, man, you lost a follower, bro. Oh man, this purist.
Cross between VTubers and IRL, but it's something that we're seeing happen quite often now. Because obviously we talked about, as I said, with the Bao stuff, she's starting to show her face more and do more content with her face. And there's also many other VTubers who do content with their face too. For example, off the top of my head, Lena Lazar, she does content with her face.
True.
Onagi.
Yeah. Then again. Nothing wrong with doing face reveals, but I do get the sentiment where a lot of VTubers wouldn't want to show their face because of privacy and security reasons. That mostly the VTuber sphere is pretty much made up with female VTubers, the majority, right? And then in their communities, there's always gotta be the crazy parasocial fan that really wants to know who is the person behind the VTuber model. There's always gonna be that sicko parasocial fan that would do do everything just to find that VTuber, where they live, and basically just go on with the stalking, and that's pretty much the concern of it. And hopefully, here's the thing, if in your situation where you're comfortable showing your face, make sure that in due time, make sure to have something to protect yourself, or have some people around you that could help you in case of potential stalkers that would find eventually they will find where you live based on from the information from your face. Because technology these days, it's pretty good. It's pretty much they're taking a fraction of the power of Rainbolt. Yeah, I swear, man, they will just track you down like a CIA.
People like that, right? Who also do IRL content, although Onigiri wears a mask, but the same thing, IRL kind of content, right? But yeah, of course, there's been some kind of backlash to this because some people don't like VTubers showing off themselves, and especially whenever it's for stuff to do with Fansly and stuff like that, and OnlyFans or whatever you want to call it. Because obviously there's been a couple of responses, obviously Tuber reviews, one of them saying the point of being a VTuber is to never show your actual face or body. This proves that VTubing has been taken over by e-blanks and OnlyFans women. Western VTubing has gone to shit, it seems. So yeah, obviously a lot of people.
Right. I would agree on something that VTubing has taken over by with these certain types of people, because eventually you will see a lot of patterns where when it comes to seeing other VTubers, right? Preferably they will go either say so, or they would go full on Lewdtuber, and more each day, more and more VTubers, especially female VTubers, would go on this transition from being a say so to just become a Lewdtuber. And a lot of VTubers are basically closeted Lewdtubers that first in the start they will just post a couple of cute outfits, and they would do a little bit of teasing. But later on, as more and more people would come in and just want to get more from that VTuber, especially for IRL shit, they would actually provide, as long as they are getting compensated. And you know what, that is, I guess that is a fuel to the path they were going, from say so to Lewdtuber.
Have been not so happy about that, and saying that it's been overridden with people that are e-blanks. Obviously I can't say it on YouTube, but that's what they're kind of saying about Spite and also other VTubers as well that also do similar content, right? As there has been, you know, there's many VTubers that do this kind of content, and Lewdtubers, or even just regular VTubers that just happen to have a page as well.
Yeah, but because at the same time, what works? If it works, it works. And probably like a lot of VTubers, especially that are, you know, money is tight, bills are due, like they have to pay like student debt or just medical bills at this point, where like being a Lewdtuber or do a lot of NSFW content, and they will see like they will get like a lot of money from making a lot of NSFW content. Hey, if it at the end of the day, if it works, it works, and you're getting paid either way, then you know what? That's the market, and they would gladly provide it, because at the end of the day, they're just gonna get paid, and you know, like have enough time and money to put a roof on their heads and food on the table
to kind of support themselves financially or whatever. And again, I think my personal opinion has always been, it's up to them, right? I don't really care. You know, of course, maybe this trend, for example, I could understand why people would be upset, because of course it's making it out to seem like all VTubers are gonna go and do this and show themselves in a very, you know, obviously lewd manner, right? When obviously that's not the case. Obviously not all VTubers do that, and it's obviously a minority of VTubers that make that kind of content and things like that. Which,
yeah, it would say like it's a minority, but more and more VTubers would go into this route, more and more each day, because it's just that good, you know. Like if it works, it works.
Which I think is definitely something that maybe, yeah, people don't want to be misrepresented by or want to get misrepresented. So VTubers are in the same categories as E-blanks. What do you mean? Basically the same concept, but they get to use anime avatars. Both get money from simps, more like 3D culture leaking into the 2D side. Saying, from what I remember, Spite used to be slightly more conservative when it came to streaming, as in not being an E-blank. I believe that it changed when she became big. Saw it as an opportunity to make adult content to capitalize on touch-starved men. I knew Spite since around 2020 to 2021, long before she even had a medium-sized following, aka around 100 viewers. And I know the original VTuber Mama of Spite as I'm a moderator, not Spite, but the original VTuber Mama Discord. I'm not sure if there was a falling out between them though. If there was, then it wasn't shared to me, and it could have been the time right before Spite blew up in numbers. Again, I don't know about that, but yeah, obviously saying that essentially they recognized the pattern of her starting to do, you know, more adult content and stuff whenever she started to blow up. Obviously, she blew up quite a lot with the whole Cinder stuff, because her name was mentioned quite a bit within that, and people started to support her and watch her and all of that kind of stuff. And apparently that's whenever it kind of started up, right? But at the same time, I'd probably do the same.
True.
There if I was a woman.
Yo. Base as fuck, man. You know what? I would do the same as well. Like, think about it. If you're gonna get handed this kind of opportunity where your career blows up, and a lot of people are now swarming in to your community and become one of your community, and eventually you become like a big content creator or VTuber. Yo, I would do the same as well, because you know what? Like, for one, they would already support, like they will already do everything to support the creator and the VTuber, to, you know, like to able to provide more content and plan more events, because the VTuber already has that kind of capital, because their community already supports that, you know. And second of all, the community would be happy as well, because like the VTuber provides different kinds of content, whether it's safe for work and not safe for work. So basically they're eating two cakes, one for like the normies, and one for the other taste.
and you know, I had the ability to make content like that and capitalize it and make a ton of money, I probably would, right? I'm gonna be honest. Again, I've always said on this channel, I don't have a problem with people making content, right?
True.
I think that, you know, if they want to do that and that's how they want to make their money and that's what they enjoy, that's okay. That obviously I have a problem if they don't want to do it and they're forced to do it or whatever.
Oh,
then sure, if they are like locked into it and they can't kind of escape it because, you know, they need it for monetary reasons or whatever, then sure, I can understand why that would be a problem. But if they're very happy doing it,
you know what? Like, I'm just gonna throw this out there, since like, I guess like, since like this channel is getting a lot more steam and a lot more eyeballs watching my videos. I'm just gonna say it, right? To be honest, like, I don't really care if a lot of people, especially in the comment section, would say like, "Oh my god, like, you're so bad, like you're bad at talking," or your thumbnails are so low quality, like you're just using the same picture, and overall just, you know, like doing like other shit, man. Like, I don't really care, man. Like, I would keep making this, you know, like this reaction, especially if the reaction in question is about like based on, you know, like coverage. But basically I'm reacting to three channels at this point. We got like Kazuhana, Rev, and Hirohei. Like, I do like rare reactions when it comes to like other channels, but when it comes to like the topic as well, it's a case by case. But yo, like, I will just keep doing this because, for one, I love yapping. Is this like, for one, I like yapping, even if it's like incoherently, then you know what, frick you, because I love to yap. And sometimes like the video will take like an hour long because I like to ramble. You know what, I do it for the love of the game. I don't really care if you want to point out like just being a YouTube guru at the comment section saying, "Oh shit, like this is not content, blah blah, you should do this." Bitch, yo, I've been doing content like a long time ago, and at this point I don't really give a shit where I would do like this and that just to like maximize, or I will just do anything just to, you know, be a proper YouTuber. Like, fuck that, man. Like, I'll just keep doing this, and like I will just keep doing this just for the love of the game. And also, like, I like to talk about different topics, especially if I have to go for a long ramble. Either you're gonna watch it or not, consume it or not, either way people will consume it. People will watch videos even if like they have to watch it like a short time. It's fine. If it's not your cup of tea, then it's not your cup of tea. You're just gonna get the fuck out. Easy.
they enjoy making the content and whatever else comes from it, right, then I think they're allowed to, right? I don't have a problem. Now, again, it all comes down to, I guess, how people see VTubers is the problem, and it kind of diluting, you know, what being a VTuber means, right? If you're saying right GBL, I think everyone should be their own master in this. There's obviously benefits to this type of VTubing, so why shouldn't they do it if it brings them fun? Just like the content creation in general, one needs to set boundaries for themselves as sex sells. Saying usually, I agree with your takes or can see your point, but are you going to pretend that most VTubers doing hand cams isn't almost a decade old and almost as old as the practice itself? We're really going to pretend that isn't a fact. Hands are a part of the body, Sparkies. So they're saying, Chibi, I'm going to disagree with you. So most people are disagreeing with Chibi here, which I think is fair enough, because again, I think they're free to do whatever they want, right? Saying, yes, that is original VTubing, but having a hybrid is fine. Also, I'm sick of the puritanical behavior that I see a lot of people taking with this. It feels like the gay woke virtual signal in its own.
Bro, this guy is based, man. Yo, where are the VTuber Puritans? Like, Puritanicals. Yo, we like at this point on, as the years goes by and more VTubers flows in, yo, like the classic VTuber would would more and more get diluted with hybrids, or probably with other content creators that doesn't, you know, like they're not scared of showing their face and also using a virtual model. Like more and more people were gonna come in, and even if like they're okay showing their face, more and more people will follow suit, because you know, like it's all comes down to confidence, and it all comes down to whether showing your face, like hear me about it, like showing your face has its has its downsides, but the good side is that you get to, you know, get to connect with your community. Is But the bad side is you get to but the bad side is that you get to connect with the parasocial, uh like more psychotic fans that you're, you know, sometimes it happens. So make sure you be prepared, and you know, like have to know people to, you know, to assist you when it comes to stalkers.
I'm saying I don't mind them becoming facecam streamers, but it begs the question, what was the point of being a VTuber to begin with? And I think it is one of these things where potentially it is like a changing of the times in VTubing, where obviously there are still many VTubers out there who don't show their face, right? But I think there is a new brand of VTubers, which again, you don't have to, you know, maybe there could be a new term for them or something like that. I don't know, man, like potentially. Maybe you could come up with a new term for them, but I feel like there is a new subsection of VTubers, at least, that do obviously IRL content, whether it's, you know, adult or not. You know, so some people don't do it, like as I said, like onigiri and stuff, they do regular like cooking content and stuff IRL. So again, whether, you know, you put them into a different category or something, sure, whatever, but I think it is something that is, you know, going to happen more in the future, and I don't think it's going to stop, right? So yeah, it's just kind of like whether people you know, accept it or not. I guess that's what the controversy really is, right? People saying, I really hate this trend, and I'm going to say this once more. Some things are meant to be seen only by your partner. If you're showing off your body to everyone, don't expect everyone to expect people to see you any differently than a blank. Hell, even a blank gets paid. You're doing it for free.
You know what? This is a fair, like, this response is fair because, you know, like this picture is like, you know, like Spite showing her like more like basically practically naked, but with underwear. But basically, yeah, like the response is fair because like showing naked is supposed to be your partner, but then again though, like she's a Lewdtuber, and at the same time sex sells. Yep.
Differently than a blank. Hell, even a blank gets paid. You're doing it for free. Which again, obviously, I feel like it's more promotion. You know, I mean, a lot of these posts tend to be promotion for their page. So yes, although they're releasing images free on their page, we all know where that's going to go. Right? Saying it is.
But then again, though, like if Spite started to, you know, like showing her body on this wholesome viral thing, the VTuber versus IRL, like if a lot of people saw what Spite did in, you know, in contribution with the VTuber versus IRL, more and more Lewdtubers would follow suit and just, you know, show their bodies and promote their sites. Yeah.
Trying to be envious of someone else's body. If you cannot do the same, it is fine, but stop trying to have a more high ground. Saying the fact that you genuinely believe the only reason a woman wouldn't post her body is jealousy is honestly. And then of course we've got this last post as well saying this is part of the reason why I hate the Western VTubing scene. I would generally hate the Western VTubing scene. Really seems like 90% of it is composed of e-girls with fansly accounts. Is that all the West is good for? No wonder everyone was so silent about Offkai.
Yo, at the same time, like there's a lot of bad posts. No, not I mean bad posts. Like, I mean questionable posts about people like meeting your Oshis at Offkai, where I guess like there's some people that really like they really don't want to see their Oshis in their Fleshtuber self, or basically IRL, because for them, like, it ruins the magic of being a VTuber in the first place, where if you show, like, if you like interact face to face with your Oshi, and you know, like, they sound like your Oshi, but the looks of it is pretty different. So for them, it's like ruining the magic. And you know, like, here's the thing, like, if you get to meet, like, let's say for example, like Mickey Mouse, right? Oh my god, I'm getting sued by Disney here, but fuck it. Like, imagine you watch Mickey Mouse your entire life from the cartoons, movies, and especially with games, you know. And then you get to go to Disneyland, and unexpectedly you get to meet the voice actor of Mickey Mouse. Seems pretty different, right? Like they got the voice of Mickey, but they don't look like Mickey. So completely, that ruins the magic, especially for children. Again, another example is Santa Claus, where like, for children, they believe that, oh yes, Santa Claus should be fat, red, wearing red costume, and with the long white beard and glasses. And then unexpectedly, like, during the mall Santa, where they could ask anything while they sit on Santa's lap and ask for a present, and suddenly, like, you see a kid, you know, like, see the mall Santa taking off the costume. All right. With the beard, like, taking off the beard, you know, and then the magic is ruined because, you know, like, it's pretty much somebody impersonating a fictional character. So I guess, like, it all connects to VTubers, because, like, VTubers are fictional characters that has been piloted by another user that is using that VTuber model. Yep.
I think, yeah, that is one of the reasons why I guess people are worried about it, and worried about you know, more VTubers like this showing, you know, themselves off, and obviously you know, doing IRL stuff, because over in the East it doesn't really happen as much, right? I feel like VTubers are more stuck to the traditional way of VTubing, right? Don't show your face, don't do this, don't do that, just kind of, you know, as vanilla as possible, essentially, as you could, like, really call it, I guess. And again, obviously you see, like, HoloLive and things, they never obviously show their face ever. And it's slightly different, I
mean, then again though, like, HoloLive, especially the fans of HoloLive, when they get to know, like, at least like one of the HoloLive members, like, if they get to show, like, a little bit of skin, especially on the hands, bro, like, the fan base would just go microscopic. Like, they will bring their microscopes and just zoom in on that pixel to see, oh yeah, like, all right, let's see what we got here. So she's basically white, all right, and all right, the blood type is a little bit O minus. All right, let's get, all right, bring up the GPS. Let's lock in her position so we can go meet her, bro. I do understand with the HoloLive members, where every time, like, they will do a hand cam stream, like, they have to wear masks to conceal, like, their, like, skin color, or probably, like, skin overall, just to not get like, information. Yeah.
I said, over in the West, and a lot of people see it as e-girls with a VTuber model rather than a VTuber that also does IRL content, which I can see. I can understand that, right? Thank goodness, man, this post exploded, saying it seems to be their game plan. Only reason they paid those insane prices for their model, at least a lot of the big indies, garner an audience of lonely dudes and simps and slowly funnel that towards your OF. That's why I mainly support indies that don't do that. Saying mildly opinionated, shitting on a very popular creator in the space, go off king/queen, saying, why is this entire trend just posting your blanks? Hello. Saying one does it, the rest follow. And again, yeah, obviously it seems to be just a trend, because obviously VTuber versus IRL is a completely different thing to VTuber versus, like, a NSFW IRL picture review, right? I think that is also something that maybe people also don't like too. Saying, I'd say it's maybe like a quarter of Western VTubing, definitely nowhere near 90%. which again, I think is true. I think that person is right. I think there is probably about a quarter of Western VTubing that kind of does this kind of content and things like that alongside their VTuber stuff. But again, I don't know. I feel like, you know, it's one of those situations where it's hard to kind of count exactly how many are there, because VTubing is growing so much. There's so many new VTubers, some that, you know, maybe you wouldn't even class the VTuber, and then it's like, what actually classes one? And then it gets into a whole conversation, right? So it's kind of hard to quantify, right? I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief, if only it was just the West, it ain't. Then the key difference is, if you look at JP VTubing on the surface, you won't be immediately bombarded with Fantia. Yes, there is plenty of it over there as well, but it hasn't essentially taken over the scene. So,
but then again though, in Japan, like Japan VTubers or Japanese VTubers, yeah, I do agree that most of them have like a Fantia page, but most Japanese VTubers would just do like lewd fan art or lewd art, probably like NSFW art, but not the like the IRL kind. But if you're gonna talk about like Western VTubers, like there's gonna be like Lewdtubers with Fansly, where they get to post like the IRL bodies. But then again though, like there's other VTubers as well in the Western side that would only post like NSFW art. But then again though, like I can see like the pattern where a lot of Lewdtubers would probably post a lot of IRL than NSFW art. Yeah, don't question about me where I get this this knowledge. I will gatekeep on this.
what they're saying is it's become much more popular here, whereas over in the East, people are doing it. It's just not as seen as, you know, the HoloLives and the Nijisanjis and whatever you want to, you know, call the agencies and stuff like that have much more, as I said, traditional standard methods of VTubing. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty interesting conversation to have whenever it gets past the hate. You know, obviously I think that Spite is fully within her right to do whatever she wants and post whatever she wants. I think it's just a conversation that some people are having on the state of the VTubing space and what's kind of going on, which I think is pretty interesting. But yeah, that's essentially all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazu, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.
Yeah, great video by Kazuhana. Like my to take note on this, this trend started as a wholesome where you know, like VTuber versus like you get to show your face and whatnot. Like to be honest, I've seen a lot of like a lot of posts from this trend, and from the start, like it's wholesome where you know like they're showing their face. Most of them are cosplayers. Most of them are all right. Yeah. Man, and until you got the Lewdtubers comes in and, you know, showing off their bodies just to promote their Fansly or OF. And then I guess like a lot of Lewdtubers follow suit and pretty much hijacked the trend. Starting from being wholesome, now it's just being lewd and suggestive and preferably going to NSFW side. But you know what? It is what it is. It's Twitter. Sometimes you get something good, sometimes you get something bad. That's the circle of Twitter life.